welcome back to our channel. Thanks for joining me for another card comparison video. I'm Cassidy the Cardslinger. We're going to look today at two Oracle decks put out by Deviant Moon. They are both Mildred Payne's oracles, as you can see here by their boxes. So the one on the left here is the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. This is the deluxe edition, so it is a bit, let me focus that. There we go. It's bigger than the standard size, which come as little mini cards, as well as I have Mildred Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment. So yeah, I'm going to compare these two. They are both available in other editions. There's, I think, the Midnight edition that's blue. There's the Blood edition of this one. I can show that one really quickly. It's red. The New Blood edition, which is available on their website at the time of filming this, which is end of August 2022. It's inverted from the colors, but I'll go over that in a little bit. But I wanted to take a look at these two decks. They are, you know, the same sort of a color scheme here. So this guy comes with a couple of extra cards, and then we'll just dive right into the cards. So those are the extras, and it does have an online guidebook. That's what the back looks like. Have this lovely deck, and this one doesn't have any sort of guidebook. I don't think the Pocket Oracle does. Like I said, it has the online guide. So here we have a picture of Mildred. There we go. Some of her friends. The Fenwood Coven, 1933. And then we've got this little card here. Payne's Oracle of Black Enchantment. Got a lovely photo of Mildred herself here. Another one there. Mildred and Claire, our little friend. This is not focusing. There we go. Excellent. So I didn't order this one, you know, in its proper numerical order, but I did order this guy. It's not like they are regular card comparison video here where they're similar cards at all. So the Oracle of Black Enchantment, this one has, what is it, 58 cards? 52 cards. And the expanded edition here of the Oracle, sorry, the Secret Pocket Oracle, this one has, I think, 88 cards? Yeah, 88 cards. I think the original Pocket Edition had fewer cards than that. But anyways, so if you do want to see, I've also got a comparison video with the Black Enchantment deck side by side. I can link that below. But basically what I was saying is this edition, this is the first edition, it has basically black on, or red on a black background. The second edition, which is available now, has it switched, so this is in black and then the background is in red. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to take a look at these two decks. I'm going to just flip through them in case you want to take a look at the cards in comparison. Again, they're not they're not the same decks by any means, but I will flip through them just to show you what the cards look like. And then we can come back at the end. I'll talk to you about why I absolutely adore these decks. They are absolute staples in my reading collection, not just as we move into fall in September here, but all year round. So anyway, let's take a look at the cards and I'll be back here at the end. Oh, right, so there's the cards. A couple of pairings that were kind of neat that came up, you know. We see some similar imagery between the two decks. Anyway, okay, so let's go into, I guess we'll start talking about, because I kind of need to talk about them separately a little bit first. So the Oracle of Black Enchantment here, as you probably noticed as we're going along, it's kind of neat how these cards tell the story. So first of all, you know, here we have the castle, and then we have someone at a distance laughing that the castle is burning. What were the other ones that I had there? Oh, there was quite a few. There's the one where the woman is falling out of a window, and then she, in the next card, is being picked up, which is kind of neat in terms of working with this deck. Yeah, these ones. And it's, you know, 34, this comes first, and then she's got the flying afterwards. And then there was, you know, here we've got the girls that are dancing, and they are in fact dancing over top of the grave. Yeah, so this deck works really well on its own. So I guess I'll just talk about this deck first. I love this deck so much. I really work with this deck a lot, whether I use it as to complement my tarot readings, or I have definitely picked this one up and just used this deck to kind of set the scene about what we are talking about. Oh yeah, here's another cool too. You try and burn her, but then she becomes a powerful, you know, fire monster sort of thing. Like, you know, it's a really cool deck. It works really, like I was saying, works really well on its own. I do sometimes like to pair it with Mildred's Secret Pocket Oracle, because you can see, you know, just the imagery really, you know, the style is very similar. They do fit together quite nice, visually speaking. But this deck, it really has surprised me, especially when we're talking about situations where there's a number of people involved. It can kind of show you different, you know, different aspects of relationships, what someone is going through. I don't know. I mean, it can just get very generic when I say the different things that you can use this deck for. But honestly, just flipping through these cards has really brought back some of the readings that I've done with them. And it's like the way that these cards have presented themselves and things that they've had to say. You know, she's maybe stealing the child here, but it's pretty easy to find her when she gets to where she's going, and that kind of thing, you know. And this doesn't have a guidebook to it, which I really like, because there is so much going on with this deck. Like, I don't find you need it at all. So to this deck, and I did buy them both off the bat. I didn't buy one then the other, but I have no regrets of buying both. It's a really excellent deck. It's kind of, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a darker theme or sense to it, you could say, but it doesn't, you know, it certainly has some very positive cards. Now that I'm thinking about this, why do I feel like I have read something about some of these cards? I'm wondering, okay, I apologize, there might actually be a little guidebook. It didn't come with it, but there might actually be something online, now that I mention this, that I'm forgetting about, because I feel like I've read some things about these cards. I apologize. Anyways, and there was other of these cards here. Oh, that was funny. That was why I had put that one aside. Because of course I didn't put these decks in order with each other necessarily, but having the rope and then having those two kind of like mummy-bound creatures. Anyway, that was neat how that kind of played out in that flip through. Anyways, so now to talk about the Secret Pocket Oracle. Oh, I love this deck as well. And I really like the size of this one. This deck has actually been living in my purse for the last couple of weeks. I have it in a little deck bag, and I have printed out the sheet. I could just show you kind of what that looks like quickly, and I can link that below as well, but it is on their website when you purchase the, sorry, it's kind of weird to show on screen, but yeah, I have it printed out where you can kind of see just the little key phrases or words or whatever they want to say about each of the cards. So anyway, I just had that stored with that deck. But this deck, I really like it because it's almost got, as you saw, there are some, like there's a cup, there's a pentacle, there's a coin. There's, you know, sun, star, and there's fish. So things like we're looking at our tarot reading practice or Lenormand practice. And you can kind of weave what you understand about those cards in with working with this deck. But there's a lot of things that just make sense. Like, you know, tooth. What would a tooth mean? You know, things like something that is maybe permanent or maybe not permanent, as we do lose our teeth. Things that can cause us pain, things that aren't always painful, but can be something that you need to take care of on a daily basis. You know, just working through things like that. Like, they're all just very accessible pictures, and they've got such simplistic, but in the best way possible, little images. Like I love how simple these pictures are. You can really get a lot from them, especially when you ask a specific question to them. It's really fascinating how they end up, you know, showing you the message that they have to say. So, I mean, I don't know how to really compare these two decks now that I am going through it, other than to say they work honestly really well together. And maybe as I was doing the flip through, you kind of got a sense of how you can get a little bit more or work with the cards together if you do end up wanting to go with both of them. Like I said at the beginning, they've got different colors. There's like the Seance edition, there's the Blood edition, the Midnight edition, the Samhain edition, like depending on what color you want of the Oracle of Black Enchantment. Although I really like this one. This is, I don't know if they called it the Bone edition or if that was maybe just somewhere on a post that I had seen. But this is just, yeah, the standard original deck, and I adore it. I always reach for it. This also works really well for those, you know, I don't have a question or I don't know what I want to know about. If you just need to say something. I've done this one, use this deck quite a bit, I would say, for like live readings or video streams, things like that. I find it speaks very clearly and very quickly. And, you know, there's a cat card, and then we got the cat here. Like, working with these two decks together is quite an enriching experience, because they've got a fair bit of similar imagery between the two. But on their own, I have absolutely, like, I'll use this deck, I'll lay 3 cards, or I'll maybe do like a square of 9, or however, you know, you can even do different tarot spreads with it if you like. It's a really, really cool deck, and working with it more and more, it just shows you it's not so much literal. I would say, like, working symbolically with the cards, or looking at the functions specifically of what each of these individual things do, like my little tooth example there. Anyway, so I guess with that said and done, I don't know I have too much more to say about these decks, other than I really like them both. And I do highly recommend the deluxe size. They are a little bit bigger. I guess just to show a size comparison, this is the, well, maybe this one's a little more. So this is the Smith-Waite Centennial. So, you know, they're kind of nice little cards. Do I have, what else? Okay, well, I'll just, yeah, I mean, you saw the size difference, but these are really, really large cards. But it really isn't a problem to shuffle them if you say, you know, I can't, they're too big. Just, you know, turn them this way and shuffle overhand like that, so you don't have too much width that way. And of course these, you know, no problem shuffling because they're small. Although I will say this is quite a chunky deck. I know it's got, well, maybe it just feels chunky. Yeah, it just feels chunky because it's small. Yeah, excellent cardstock as well from both of these decks. You know, flexible but still very durable. And it's not glossy, not matte, but I don't know what you would call that. Got a little bit of shine to it. Anyways, yeah, okay, I feel like that's probably all I have to say about these decks, but let me know if you have them or what your thoughts are. If this is the first time that you've seen them, do you like them? Which deck do you prefer? Have you ever worked with them together? I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you work with your decks, because that's what it's all about. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we will catch you next month at my next card comparison video.